Hello, Cancer. This is your November reading. I've already cleared your space and laid your cards out, and I am ready to jump into this. Why don't we start with what is on the focus of this reading? We see the Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. You see that? Oh, don't mind that nail. We'll just hide her under there. This Eight of Swords here is indicating that there is a victim mindset. Maybe not so much a victim mindset, but feeling like imprisoned and stuck, like there's nowhere to go. Some feeling encroaching on you of being suppressed or victimized in some way. Like you can't see the end in sight and you're not sure which way to go. The Page of Pentacles comes in as a messenger. This could have something to do with your time, your energy, your resources, your health, or your education. Being that it's a page, it could involve something to do with a child. What's crossing this situation is the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength in reverse. So I'm talking to a Cancer who is used to being this Queen of Pentacles, who makes sure everybody's taken care of. Everything has its place. Everything is like categorized, and she just takes care of everything. She is the nurturer and the caregiver of the deck. She makes sure everyone is taken care of and everything is accounted for. With that, including with this Strength in reverse, that being the issue crossing the situation. Some sort of situation can make it so that you're unable to act in that Queen of Pentacles archetype that you're used to being in. And it's making you feel weak and vulnerable. And what's crowning this is the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Cups. There's a real scattered energy. Not being able to collect your thoughts, get them together. With the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of confusion about what to do. There is so much scattered energy and confusion that there's no wonder you're feeling this Eight of Swords energy. What you can't see is the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Justice card. When I see this Five of Pentacles, you may have felt like you've been left out in the cold, but you're not going to be crying over it for long, because the Justice card comes in and balances things out. Karma is righted. As long as you're on the right side of it, things are going to be evened out. They're going to be balanced out, and it's not going to be something you're going to be suffering for a long time. The effects of the past, again, we see the Seven of Cups, but it's in reverse with the King of Wands in reverse. Cancer, you may have experienced in the past a situation where you knew exactly what choice to make. The King of Wands in reverse meant maybe you didn't act on your laurels. Maybe you made a decision and it wasn't correct. Maybe you had made a mistake in a choice that you made in the past. That King of Wands in reverse is not very forgiving. This is somebody who takes action without thinking about the consequences. So maybe it could be another energy around you who made choices or didn't give you a choice and just took action and left you kind of holding the bag. Like, what am I supposed to do now? In the future position, we have the Death card and the Empress in reverse. Now, see, I happen to like this combination. This means something is transforming. There's been some skill, some energy, some situation that has outlasted its welcome. In fact, it's gotten in the way of things that are more bountiful, more profitable, that bring way more, what's the word I'm looking for? Prosperity into your life. And it allows you, with the Empress in reverse, to fill your own cup. Create for yourself. This is like self-expression, creativity, things that feed your soul. Something has to end so that you can start living for yourself. You spent a lot of time in this Queen of Pentacles energy, and where it might have served the time it served, things have to transform. They have to alchemize. And the reason things are changing and the reason things are alchemizing is because you need to start concentrating on you and your passions, your creative pursuits. You have this unimaginable potential, and I see that because the Magician is in reverse on the bottom of one deck. The Queen of Swords is in reverse on another. Oh, under that, look at you. Page of Cups in reverse. Somebody could be, you could be deserving of an apology from someone. But that Queen of Swords in reverse. See, when I see this at the bottom of a deck, that means someone has inserted themselves in ways that have been a hindrance to your situation. This could be an energy of someone who has been really bitey and a real twat. Someone who inserted themselves into your situation. They could have said things or filled people's heads with ideas about things that did not fare well for you, leaving you in this Eight of Swords feeling of not being able to move, not knowing what to do, and feeling kind of at the mercy of whatever happens. I did pull an advice card from the Sacred Traveler deck. Passion and pleasure, which is what this card is about. Let's see what the book has to say about that. Savor your life. Find joy in the moment. No matter what is occurring in your life, if you simply focus on what's splendid, wonderful, and pleasurable in the moment, everything improves. Live deliciously. Love often and live fully. Cherish your friendships. Fill your life with people, experiences, and places that give you delight and joy. Let go of those people and things that don't appreciate or empower you. Give yourself permission to be happy, Cancer. When the traveler meets a band of wanderers, the traveler stops to dance into the early morning hours. Sometimes we get so caught up with wondering what's around the next bend and worrying about our current challenges that we forget to focus on what's great in the moment. You're not meant to simply work hard and be diligent and practical. Embrace pleasure wherever you can. Allow your senses to be satiated. Find and explore the beauty around you. You don't need to suffer to grow. You hear that? You don't need to suffer to grow. You can grow spiritually by leaps and bounds through joy. Dance, eat well, and drink well. Share joy wherever you can. I think you're putting a lot of emphasis on things that you can't do anything about right now, Cancer, in the month of November. Things are going to balance themselves out. There is going to be a transformation, a metamorphosis, if you will. One thing has to end in order for something more beautiful to replace it. It's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. I know every reader uses that example, but it really is. And it's going to fill you with a sense of like purpose and joy. You're going to be able to fill into yourself without being this Queen of Pentacles, feeling like vulnerable and weak because you're not being able to fulfill something you felt was your responsibility. Well, that is what I have for you, Cancer. It looks like things are going to be turning out for the good. You're just going to be feeling a lot in your head. There's going to be a lot of anxiety, and probably a lot due to things being out of your control and circumstances in the past. You're kind of feeling the anxiety of that. It's a similar feeling. I would say it's probably similar to something you may have felt 7 years ago. There's a revisiting of that. So think about where you were 7 years ago. What could have happened in that moment that made you feel very vulnerable and like things were just out of your hands? You're probably feeling a similar feeling to that. But things are changing and things are going to be balanced out because that Justice card says so. Thank you, Cancer, for coming in, and I'll see you in December.